do one uncomfortable thing a day. Now, this is small, but I really believe that this makes a huge difference when it comes to seeing the results that you want to see as a purpose driven individual. I think that one thing that purpose driven people have over other people, not from a place of, oh, I'm better than you, but just simply from a place of fortitude, is that mental fortitude is built over time because we don't run away from difficulty or hardships. We actually welcome them. Now, we're not smiling like, ah, bring it on. Like, nah, man, like, no one does that. But if challenges arise, it gives us an opportunity to see what we're made of. And I think that one of the things that we have to do each day is put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation, because what that will do is it will get you ready for uncomfortable situations that will come throughout the actual day. So one of the things that I used to do all the time, and you know what? I promise you guys, I'm going to get back on it. 30 days from now, you'll probably see a video, 30 days straight cold showers. Like, you know what? I need to write that down in my notes. I'm going to do cold showers again. I'm making a promise here. I'll give a review. I used to take cold showers every day for about 2 to 3 years of my life. I was in high school going on to my first and second year of college. And then for me, I stopped because college, maybe this is TMI, but college was just too cold. Like, I went to college in New York. It was cold as balls, man. It was horrible. Like, it was just, the weather was just cold. Like, it was cold. But I love college. You know, I love my experience, but it was just cold. Snowing, the snow up to your knees. Y'all know how it is up north. So I stopped because I didn't want to get sick. But what cold showers did was it got me ready for the day, because I just did one of the hardest things that any human being could do, which is submerge themselves in cold water to start the day. And there's people who take this to a whole nother level, you know, and I give my hat to them, man. Kudos. They will submerge themselves in ice cold, freezing water. Hey, man, y'all got it. But I'm just saying that you have to just put yourself in cold water. Try that. That's one of the things you can do. You can also wake up and do push-ups until. So there's no set number, but do as many push-ups until failure. Maybe that's another thing that you can do to start your day. And it's one hard thing a day, one uncomfortable thing a day. But I think that if we don't start it in the morning time, then it may never get done, because you might just be pushing it off. If you really want to do it, I suggest it's one of the first things you do in the morning, right after you pray and thank God for another day, as y'all already know. And once you do that, you'll see how your mind is just different, how you're ready to conquer whatever life throws at you. And I just thought that that was an interesting point. And I hope that that's something that you guys can utilize in your life starting today. One thing that I've realized, and I've realized this with people that I've worked with, people that I've done consultations with, people that I, know in my real life, like people that I have as, friends, associates. One of the toughest things to do is to look at your old life, look at your old habits, and to trade that in for some new habits. Right? Being able to say, yo, this thing about me right here was not good. It's not something that I should be proud of. It's not something that I am a fan of. It's hard for people to do because it takes a certain level of accountability. And I want to give credit to anybody out there making life changes that may not be easy to make, may not be an easy transition, but you're making it regardless. It could be a life switch from, I usually sit on the couch after my work and I watch TV or play video games. But now, right when I'm done with work, I go to the gym. If that's you, shout out to you, right? That's a huge transformational shift that's going to help your health. That's going to help your longevity. And something else that's going to help your health, and this has definitely been something that I see trending in the right direction. I'm not anti-alcohol, right? But what I have seen, and I've seen it in a lot of graphs lately, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I'll bring up some studies and statistics. We're consuming alcohol less as an overall generation. And what that means is there's definitely substitutions to help people, right? People who may have been alcoholics, they're becoming sober. People who may have drunk a lot more than they would have liked, they're taking control of their health. One of the things that somebody brought to me was kava, right? Now, I'm not in the phase of drinking right now. Like, I go seasons without drinking. I might have an occasional drink here or there. I'm not even in the season for that. What I drink is kava, right? And I've spoken about kava before. I let you guys know how I love kava, how it helps me to ease into my evenings and it helps me to relax. But I noticed that I was not the only one, right? There is a group of people who have made the switch from alcohol to drinking non-alcoholic drinks. And one of those drinks is kava. It's non-alcoholic. It tastes very good. You would think it's alcohol, right? But it doesn't come with any of the bad side effects. Instead, you get the good side effects. So it eases your mind, it makes you feel good, and there's health benefits, right? Do your own research. I'm not claiming that it can do anything for you, but one thing that I've noticed that it's done for me is it definitely put me in a relaxed mood. And I've definitely felt like muscle recovery because I work out hard in the gym. And so when I drink kava, it helps me to recover my muscles. So that's something that I appreciate. I drink kava all the time. What I want you to do is I want you to look below. There's a special treat for you guys. 15% off, especially during this holiday season, man. 15% off where you can try kava, okay, off your order. There's also going to be a QR code right here. Check it out. Make that switch, make that transition, and try Kava Haven today. All right, so I had to turn my hat this way. I had to turn it this way so I'm not holding the mic. I just feel like this was a cool way to do it. I want y'all to think about Kobe Bryant. One of the things that he said was that he has non-negotiables, right? I'm gonna butcher the story, man. I'm trying my best to remember it. I'm not trying to search it up. I'm trying to just remember it from memory. I remember when Kobe said that he set out in the summer to work out every single day, and he promised himself that he would not miss a day. And one of the days he woke up, he was tired as hell, he was fatigued as hell, and he still got up and got the work done because he said, I set a standard with myself. It's a non-negotiable. I signed the contract with myself and I have to honor it. And it was one of the first times that I heard somebody ever speak about signing a contract that they made with themselves and how important it was to honor that very contract. Because we're the type of people, right? Just overall as a humanity, we're worried about other people fulfilling their part of the contract or doing the things that they need to do, but we're never focused on what we do to fulfill our part of the contract. And I think that for him to have a contract with himself and take it so serious when he knows that he could have cheated the day, when he knows that he could have cheated himself, like, who would have held him accountable? Only him. But the fact that he was there to catch himself and hold himself accountable and say, no, we're actually going to go out and do this workout because I told myself that I'm going to work out every day of the summer to prepare for this season. To me, that's why he's the GOAT. Just his mentality, man. Do you understand how hard that is? To keep a promise to yourself, to keep a commitment to yourself, to live by a standard, to live by a code, to say, I'm not going to do this and you don't do it, to say, I am going to do this and you do it, to be a man of your word, to be a man of your word. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to share nothing too personal because I'm not sure if he shared it or whatever it is. But I got a great brother of mine. His car got broken into, successful. And I messaged him and I said, hey, I'm glad it wasn't worse, man. I'm glad that you're good and safe. And, God got you. And he said, basically, I'm not even worried. Happiness doesn't come from materialistic things. It comes from within. And this is something that he told me he lived by just a couple days ago. And it's so amazing to me to see that he got tested in real life and he passed the damn test. Somebody they didn't try, they did. Somebody breaks into your car. Somebody takes some of your stuff and you're still able to say, yeah, I'm still blessed. I'm still happy. It is what it is. Thank you, God, for another day. Like, those are the people that I'm surrounded with. I'm proud of that, brother. Shout out to you if you're watching this. Love you, dog. And I just feel like we have to be more like that as men. We have to be men of our word. Like when I preach things to you, you best believe that God tests me on the other side of this camera to make sure that I'm also living the life that I'm telling you guys or guiding you guys in a positive direction to consider living, right? And so just be a man of your word when it comes to yourself. Be a man of your word when it comes to your own standards that you set, to the things that you claim that you care about. If you care about working out, stick to it. See what's possible, see what can happen, and see what you can do with that. There's no need to slack. There's no need to not show up because you feel so much better when you do show up. And I promise you, showing up is half the work. Kobe showed up to that workout and he didn't feel good. You could argue he has every right if he showed up every other day to take that break, but he signed a contract with himself that he was going to show up every day. You might think that's extreme, but when a contract is signed, a contract is signed, and he can sleep good at night. He can sleep better at night knowing that he fulfilled what he said he would fulfill. So what is it in your life that you're working on that you need to fulfill, that you want to work on? What is the contract going to be with yourself? I'm excited to know what that is. You can share it below. You can keep it to yourself. But right now, if you've watched up to this point, comment the word contract, because I think that everything is a contract. When you say something, word is bond and word brings life. Be careful what you say and don't make promises that you can't keep, especially as a purpose driven individual, a purpose driven man. You have to finish what you start, right? Finish what you start. This is the next point. It doesn't have to be perfect and it's not going to look perfect. It's going to look like what it's going to look like, but as long as you put in effort and as long as you did your absolute best, then you can rest at night knowing that you put your best foot forward. I think a lot of us have a lot of great ideas, but we also have a lot of unfinished projects. When we complete our projects, we'll be surprised at how far it actually takes us in life. You'll be surprised at how great that project is that you're working on is even greater than people who may not have put in as much effort, right? You don't know how good your craft is because you're supposed to be your toughest critic, especially as a creative when you're putting things out into this world. But as long as you create, as long as you finish projects, as long as you keep that contract, right, and you complete the task, I think that you'll be surprised at how far you can go. So try not, I'm not saying that you can't make pivots, right? Sometimes God is going to let us know that, hey, you've done great work here. Some of the skills that you learn can help you in this next endeavor, this next door that I'll open for you. So go ahead and pivot. What I'm saying is complete one project and let me know how you feel. If you're someone that has a lot of unfinished projects, I used to be somebody like that, especially in my younger years, right? Like I'm young, I know that I'm 23, I'm about to be 24. But when I was even younger, I had a lot of unfinished projects, right? And I wish I finished them. I wish I finished them because I wonder what that would have been. It may have not became popular. People may have not known about it, but at least I know that I had an idea and I executed it. So what I want you guys to do is if you have an idea, execute it to the fullest extent. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you execute it to the fullest extent, I have a weird feeling, bro, that you're going to actually love what you produced. I really do. I believe that you'll like the fact that you completed it and you'll be surprised at how far you've come because you actually paid attention to what it is that your soul wants to express. And I think that that's important to honor, right? And so we have a lot of unfinished projects, but as a purpose driven family, let's be accountable, right? Let's finish those projects and let's see what comes about of that. And it doesn't have to be anything monetary or materialistic, but it could just be the simple feeling that you did that and that you created something out of thin air. And if you can do that once, You can do that again and again and again and again and again, right? I made one YouTube video and then I made 800 more. There's something about that one. Complete that first project, complete that first YouTube video. See how you feel. Okay. So this is the video for today. I appreciate you guys for watching this video so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being part of the Purpose Driven family. Okay, I got my second book. I'm working very hard on it. You can sign up for it. That link will be below. But most importantly, I definitely want you to check out, especially if you're a person that's trying to wane off of alcohol, check out Kava. 15% off is what they're giving us, especially for this holiday season. I really think that you'll like that drink. I love it. Take my word for it. Take my word for it. Try it out for yourself. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Stay purpose driven. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.